This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the Men's Room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the Men's Room.
And away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3534. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. Montgomery. And 2 are the Men's Room. On tap today, once again, we play Big Dummy. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has foods that boost your mood. We will play Profile This. Plus headlines, the Men's Room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted. All right, here we go. Man dies after using an epoxy adhesive instead of a condom while having sex with his girl. Meanwhile, 2 brothers open a restaurant and something for 4,000 miles that you used to be able to take a whirl. Kentucky school superintendent up on the Times didn't know what furries were all about. Connecticut woman is arrested in Yellowstone for taking her own geyser route. And a taxi driver robs a bank, then promptly gets back into his own taxi and drives away. He was easy to find. That is all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, today is the day that we play Big Dummy, the game show that rewards you for your stunning ignorance. And here's how it works.
Fired up, man.
I know.
Sorry.
Been excited about this all day. I know you have been. Just dial it
talking
back.
about it. Big morning.
So here's how it works. You call us. We'll spin the category wheel, as you just heard, and then we'll ask you a question from that category. But here's where Big Dummy separates itself from your average, more reputable game show. We will continue to ask you questions until you get one right, because, as always, we want you to leave here smarter than you showed up. Now, so far this year, our biggest dummy, 2-headed monster, Rachel and Tyler, both of whom thought a cow pie was another name for meatloaf and found a way to answer 14 consecutive questions wrong. Can you do better? Of course you can. Everyone else has, so give us a call and off we go on Big Dummy.
Play Big Dummy, be a contestant. Call 206-421-ROCK. You can like The Men's Room on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to themensroom@KISW.com.
The shenanigans continue. This is The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Hold the jaws and away we go. Welcome to season 16, episode number 3534. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat as the head chef is back. Ted's Meat and Potatoes has foods that boost your mood.
Boost it.
I'm assuming this means it puts you in a better food, not that you're just freebasing sugar.
It's a little bit of both.
Is it really?
Yeah. Some of it's not the best, but it does boost your mood.
Okay.
Generally, I find there's a reason people eat ice cream when they're sad and not broccoli.
Oh, yeah. Reaching for that Snickers bar, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Really satisfying.
Oh, wow. I didn't see you as a Snickers depression guy.
I'm not. It's just, I figured to be on the list because that's their whole thing, right?
No, it's okay, buddy.
You know, you need to pick up whatever. I mean, I go for Reese's Cups.
Either way, either one.
Yeah,
works.
but generally you're not down. I see now when you're down, you reach for the Snickers.
Yeah, totally. The Halloween size. Hey, Red Chef coming up, Ted's Meat and Potatoes. Foods that boost your mood. And today is the day we play the game known as Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK. If you'd like to be a contestant and play Big Dummy, coming up on the Men's Room Happy Hour, exclusively on the Odyssey app, we will do a little dirty Big Dummy. Mm-hmm. But now just the regular Big Dummy. And here's how you play the game. You're either playing for Team Sober or Team Not Sober. Our biggest dummies so far have been Tyler and Rachel. It took them both 14 questions to get one right. And every time that we play Big Dummy, we like to do a little Men's Room poll. The last time we played the game, we asked you, pick one that would be an extra accessory to your face. So would you like to have an extra nostril in your nose, an extra ear someplace on your head, an extra lip, or an extra eye? And we ask you to follow us on Twitter at Men's Room Live. That is where the poll is, and here's how it worked out last week. The thing you didn't want the most was, believe it or not, an extra lip. Only 5% of you said you'd take 3 lips. One more lip than you had.
Yeah,
People had some strategies on why they would take that extra lip, but it did not get most of the vote. Extra nostril, 10% of the vote. Followed by number 2, the extra ear at 17%. Overwhelmingly, the thing that I thought no one would pick would be the extra eye.
Yeah.
It's 68%. People had their own theories. I'll put it in the back of my head. I can, put it on my chin, see all kinds of different things.
Is that stuff you're dying to see? That's all I ask.
I mean, maybe if you had one underneath your chin, you could walk and look at your phone like most people do.
Ah, there you go. Now they're strategizing. Be
able to see without falling or knocking into somebody. Today on our Men's Room poll, it's a little bit different. You have been arrested. And the difference is that every single person knows that you have been arrested. Mm-hmm. And they know what you have been arrested for.
Yeah.
So you need to pick one of these because, look, like anything else, you get invited over to a party, Mike, maybe you're going to get invited to a birthday party. Yay! Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But in this case, maybe people like, yeah, Mike's coming over. One thing you need to know about Mike is he was arrested back in the day.
What for?
Yeah. And here are your choices. Number 1 is prostitution / solicitation of prostitution.
Maybe you're selling your ass, maybe you're buying some ass. But either way,
you got busted in the act. Either you yourself have prostituted yourself out, or
I've tried.
You got busted trying to pick somebody up on Aurora. And that's what people know about you. No matter what, you are in that position.
Look, my point of view on that, it's only really bad if you were on Aurora. You know what I'm saying?
You know where to go.
You know where to go, but I don't know if that's what I want. Like,
I think it depends on. It depends on the social class of where you're living. They do it differently in Bellevue, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you know what I'm saying? Aurora has always been that road. I mean, it was one. Hotels, prostitutions, and bars were one of the first things, and it all comes from. If you've read any history on the city of Seattle, it comes from the gold rush.
Sure,
so that road was basically built to head north for everybody who was going up to Alaska.
And some of those ladies on there now, I think, were some of the originals.
And when people came back, they either had money or they didn't. Some had gold, some had cash, but either way, they were off to make their fortune. And on the way, they stopped on Aurora, got laid right before they left. So that was part of that. Number 2, indecent exposure. Indecent exposure, which typically means if it's indecent exposure, even if you are a streaker, all right, and you streak a baseball game or something like that, very rarely do they tack on the charge of indecent exposure. They will never let you back in that stadium again.
Sure.
You will definitely be arrested for something, but indecent exposure, it's the least of the things that are on that list as far as what is concerning about that situation.
Because you disrupted a game. So they feel there's something that trumps that, but I'm more than likely to get busted on indecent exposure because I pee outside all the time. You know, if the cop says, hey, I turn around and they see my penis, bam. Because public urination, I don't care.
They're separate. Public urination is a different offense.
Right, but if they see your penis, you get indecent exposure.
See, you know what?
You do. I mean, that's how it works.
When I got my ticket for public urination, they did not tack that on.
Right.
They just did the public urination. So I didn't get indecent exposure.
You were in the woods behind a building.
Correct. So I was not
trying. Pee on a sidewalk in the middle of the city. You're still not trying. I'm not like, look at my penis while I pee. That's not the goal.
So number 2 is indecent exposure. And everybody knows it. You showed your goods somewhere along the line. You got arrested for it. Number 3, voyeurism or being a peeping Tom.
Right.
That means that some woman just happened to see you or guy outside their window and you're looking into their home, or you're the guy that put the camera in the locker room. You're the guy that put the camera in the bathroom at work. You're the guy who's been busted for voyeurism or being a peeping Tom. And 4th on the list is bestiality. And that kind of speaks for itself. We don't,
you don't have to explain that one.
However you want to draw it up, it's bestiality. People know that at one point in time, you were arrested for bestiality.
I feel like you could lie about why you got charged for the first thing. Indecent exposure, I was peeing outside. Peeping Tom, I was peeing in someone's bushes. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize it, or curtains are open and she's butt naked in her bedroom. I mean, no one's going to believe. But bestiality, like, no one thinks you had sex with a cow. Either you were having sex with a cow or you were not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a hard one to push away. It's not what it looks like. Sure.
So our men's room poll, everyone knows you've been arrested. Is it going to be for solicitation, prostitution, indecent exposure, voyeurism, peeping Tom, or bestiality? All right, the game is Big Dummy 206-421-ROCK. Who's our first contestant? Ready to play the big game.
Hello, Trinidad. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how's it going, brother?
Hola. Trinidad, are you sober or not sober?
I'm kind of not sober. Little icky sticky.
All right, cool. Have you ever been to Tobago?
Well, you know, everybody says that. Are you from Trinidad? Because my name is Trinidad. But no, that's my name.
I would not ask you that because to me that would be the dumbest thing on earth.
Yeah.
Like most people I know, if your name is Jordan, I don't assume you're from the country of Jordan.
Do you have any interest in going?
Damn right. Goddamn right. Well, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you're absolutely right.
Okay. Do you ever want to go to Trinidad?
No. Well, maybe. I don't know.
All right. I'm just saying, maybe you could get like free meals. Who knows?
Who knows?
All right. Okay. Everyone knows you.
Bars and restaurants don't give you free meals for your last name.
They do not?
My last name's Smith. You know how many? There's a bar called Smith or Smith something in
But
every
there's
city.
not a country called Smith.
Well, you know, I got a pretty cool last name too. So
Okay. All right. Everyone knows you've been
All right,
arrested.
Jones.
What are you taking? Prostitution, indecent exposure, voyeurism, or bestiality?
we're gonna have to go with indecent exposure because I almost got that one too. I like to pee outside too sometimes. You know, police roll up on you, and it's pretty much a wrap, right?
Well, it's not that I like to pee outside. It's that if I have to pee and I am outside, I have no problem doing so. But I'm not going to like...
Exactly.
All right, Trinidad. Here's your question. Pepsi, Coke, Sprite, or 7-Up? John Pemberton invented which one?
Gotta go with Pepsi.
I'll say Sprite.
Coke.
Coke.
Dang it. I should know that.
Why should you know?
Because I like watching that show, The Foods That Built America.
You know what? You should know that.
Yep, see?
Build Atlanta.
Did he also...
Yeah.
Pemberton. That's not a whiskey. I'm thinking of Peloton.
You're thinking of Pendleton.
Pendleton. Peloton is the bike. All right.
That's Peloton.
Yeah, Peloton. All right, here's your question. What board game...
Sorry, you guys. I'm here with my daughter. She loves you guys. I always pick her up, and we're always listening to you. It's usually around the birthday thing, and she loves the fish sandwiches. So can you give her a fish sandwich real quick? She's in the back seat. We're rolling. Say hi.
Fish sandwich.
That's for you, Lisa.
I think that's for you, homie. All right, here's your question. What board game comes with a plastic hourglass and 16 different letter cubes? Of course, Mike knows. Jesus.
It's gotta be Scrabble, right?
No. Mike, you want to tell him?
That'd be Boggle.
Boggle.
Totally forgot about that.
Oh. Yeah. Don't think I've ever played that game.
I believe you. All right, Trinidad, here's your question. What does the F stand for in JFK's name?
Frederick?
It's also Betty Ford's nickname for her vagina. Fitzgerald, that is correct.
I knew that, not the Betty Ford and or Betty. Yeah.
Sure, Ted.
Uh-oh, look out.
All right, in the game Joust, what animal are you mounting? That sounds terrible.
An ostrich.
That's it. Nice job.
Well done.
That's the video game Joust.
Yes, the video. No, not actually.
Yeah, it's just like it's
We're running out of horses.
Well, the video game Joust.
Would you ride an ostrich? Don't they have ostrich riding somewhere?
I would not get on an ostrich.
You wouldn't ride an ostrich?
Hell no.
I mean, I'm not just saying just grab one in the
that means I'm in
wild.
Australia in the middle of the outback. No.
Well, they're native to Africa, but still.
Oh, wherever the hell they are.
Yeah.
Oh, those are emus, right?
What, in Australia?
Yeah.
I don't know. You wouldn't ride an ostrich?
No.
I'm 100% in.
I'm 100% in, man.
I mean, I feel like...
It's not like you just grab one on the street and ride it. Like you go to some place and they say, hey, would you like to ride the ostrich? And they go, hell yeah, I would, man.
No.
Really?
No, absolutely.
What about an elephant?
No.
Go to Thailand?
Nope.
You're not riding an elephant.
I'm not riding any damn animal.
Ride a horse?
I've rode a horse before. That's why I'm never riding another animal again. Trust me. Thing just took off on me.
Hello, Andre. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Andre, sober, not sober?
I am sober.
All right, Andre.
Wow. All right.
Okay. Well, you're driving, so it's probably a good idea.
Make sure you listen to Ted on Meat and Potatoes later. You can use a mood boost.
Yeah, no kidding.
Andre, everyone knows you've been arrested. What will it be for? Prostitution, indecent exposure, voyeurism, or bestiality?
It'd be indecent exposure. I do deliveries, so I use the bathroom a lot. So.
Okay. All right.
Indecent exposure. We're watching a video of a man riding an ostrich.
Yeah,
it does not look comfortable.
No, it does not.
Okay, maybe I won't ride an ostrich.
They do not want you on them.
They make that clear.
Yeah, it looks like they might have. It's not as popular as it used to be.
At least to the ostriches.
Yeah.
All right, Andre, here's your question. Who coached the U.S. basketball dream team to a gold medal in the 1992 Barcelona Olympic Games? 1992.
Oh, wow.
That was the first dream team, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Anybody could have coached that particular team to a gold medal. All you have to see is, hey, play a basketball game, fellas.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just going to say Magic Johnson.
He was on the team.
Mm-hmm. Was it Pat Riley?
Nope.
Chuck Daly?
Chuck Daly.
Chuck Daly. That sounds like a radio name, doesn't it?
Chuck Daly.
I'm Chuck Daly.
And I'm here daily. We're probably thinking of Taryn.
Yeah. Chuck Daly.
Taryn has ruined us all.
I know.
Sounds like a fake name. Like,
Doesn't it?
No.
You know, not a real name like Thrill. All right. Here's your question. Santo Domingo is the capital of what Caribbean country? It's located on the island of Hispaniola.
I would say Cuba.
Havana.
Dominican Republic.
Dominican Republic, that is correct.
You never see the story. It's one island, right? Dominican, devastated by earthquakes. Dominican Republic, devastated by hurricanes. For some reason, they're on the same damn island. Dominican Republic is just fine.
Right.
Haiti, they go through the earthquake, just nothing happens.
Right. You would not know they're on the same island. They're in the same place.
There's no way there's not an earthquake in both places.
Right. All right, your question. Peanut butter, jelly, margarine, or butter? What is sometimes known as goober grease. I always thought it was KY jelly, but hey, what do I know?
I'm going to go with margarine.
What are the options again?
You had peanut butter, jelly, margarine, or butter. We can eliminate margarine.
I'll say jelly.
Incorrect. Peanut butter. Peanut butter is also known as... I can't say it's also known as goober grease because I don't know anyone who's like, give me a jelly and goober grease sandwich.
Goobers are a thing, though. I need to look.
Yeah, isn't it?
It's not
something related to a peanut. Or something?
That's not something you want to be called. That's a fact.
No.
Well, it's a candy too.
Oh, goobers, yeah.
Yeah.
Goober grease.
Yeah, there was a kid growing up named Goober, and he was just, everybody called him Goober because he was just an idiot.
No, that was not his name.
A goober's a peanut.
Oh, Goober's a peanut?
Literally, a goober is a peanut.
Oh, all right. Well, that makes sense. All right, what state is home to Myrtle Beach?
Florida.
Oh,
South Carolina.
South Kakalaki. In a matter of speaking, same difference, but yeah, it's in South Carolina.
Yeah, in Myrtle Beach. I mean, it's a different place.
It is a unique spot.
Why do you say it's a different place?
I mean, there's a reason there was a season of Eastbound and Down, and Kenny Powers lived in Myrtle Beach.
Right.
Yeah.
Like there's South Carolina, and then there's Myrtle Beach.
Yeah,
right.
And you're not too, like you said, Myrtle Beach is North Florida.
Yeah, basically. All right, your question, how much does it cost to buy a railroad in Monopoly?
Is that 200?
That is 200.
Well done.
All right. More Big Dummy on the way. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-421-ROCK.
99.9 KISW. The men's room is in progress.
Big Dummy is the game. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Brad. Welcome to the men's room.
Dummy!
Hello.
Hola. Brady on Team Sober, Team Not Sober.
Team sober.
All right, Brad, welcome to the show. Welcome to Big Dummy. Our men's room poll. Everyone knows you've been arrested. What do you want to know they've known you to be arrested for? Solicitation, prostitution, indecent exposure, voyeurism, or bestiality?
Probably prostitution, solicitation.
All right.
I think I'm there with you, man, of all the charges. Like, yeah, I needed some ass. I had some money. I tried.
It is legal in certain parts.
I'd actually rather get busted for prostitution.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be cool.
Someone was going to give me money to have sex with me. The cops wouldn't even believe me.
Yeah, but you got to think of what your clientele would look like.
I try not to do that.
Okay.
Because I can only imagine.
If I was a prostitute, I know what my clientele would look like.
Probably look like my clientele.
Like last night at the dinner?
I think Philip would be in.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Here is your question. We want you to finish this nursery rhyme. There was an old lady who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread. And then what is the end of that nursery rhyme?
Unfortunately, I don't sing that one to my son yet, so I know Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
All right, he's got that. Listen.
Put the head on the curve and stomped him in the head.
Basically, I'm going to say, do not say this one to your kid, all right? So, there was an old lady who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread, then whipped them all soundly and put them to bed.
Go to bed.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and skip that one.
It's a different time.
Yeah, I'll skip that.
Yeah.
I'll skip that one.
There's a lot of effed up nursery rhymes, man. I was going through them like, Jesus Christ, they're all terrible. All right. Your question, what U.S. interstate highway is the longest?
Oh, God, I've traveled it 900 times. What is it? Up north. 80?
70.
90.
90.
Yeah. Oh, 90 is. Yeah, because that goes all the way out here, then goes all the way to like Boston, right?
Yeah. So 90, believe it or not, right here. We're at the end of it. Or beginning, depending on your perspective.
How come when I get on 90 here when it starts, it doesn't tell me how long to Boston?
Why don't they have a sign that says
Route...
you're getting on the longest highway in the United States?
I'd brag about it.
But I think they should tell you where it ends. Like when you get on Route 50, right, in Ocean City, Maryland, it says, hey, this far to whatever town in California.
Right.
So when I get on Route 90, I want to know how far to Boston.
Yeah. You should lobby the city for that.
Just have the major cities. Chicago.
Let's go
Boston.
get a sign.
Yeah, let's get the sign. Let's put it on there.
You stay on this road, you'll make it.
That way, when the kids say, are we there yet? Like, can you not read numbers?
And first town up is Yakima.
Yeah.
Yakima, Chicago, Boston.
Just don't call it Yakima. Call it the Palm Springs of Washington. All right, here's your question, multiple choice.
Nobody's called it that in years, Doc.
Cuckoos, fowls, or finches? The Roadrunner belongs to what family of birds?
Cows.
I'll say cuckoo.
Cuckoos.
Wonder why they got, why they were known for the clock. You know what I mean?
Cuckoo clock?
Yeah.
Maybe they were just loud. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I mean, I'd have done a rooster clock if it comes down to a loud bird.
But did they sound like that? Like cuckoo, cuckoo. Is that a noise that cuckoo?
There it
is that a noise they make? You know, like?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Probably. It's probably why they got the name. Who knows? All right. In 1687, Sir Isaac Newton introduced the 3 laws of what?
Physics?
Bondage.
Gravity? 3 laws of motion.
Motion.
Oh, yeah.
Like an object in motion stays in motion?
Yeah. And that's what I know.
I use that one all the time on old people.
What's that?
You gotta walk around. An object in motion stays in motion.
Most objects don't break their hips.
That's when you're talking to your parents.
That's exactly what it is.
You really need to get out and walk. Yeah. You know, I'm tired these days. Do you do anything?
Right.
I take my vitamins. You got to do something.
Right. Move. All right, your question. What is the name for the number 1 followed by 100 zeros? It's also the name of a very popular website.
Pornhub?
Good guess, Brad. I'll give you an A+ for that one. I'll give you partial credit if I was your teacher.
Yeah, if I'm your teacher, you got to
Google.
Yeah, Google. Yeah, you definitely got partial credit on that one. All right, which U.S. state is home to the world's largest naval base?
World's.
The world's.
What state?
U.S. state?
Yes.
It's a U.S. state, right?
It is, in fact, a U.S. state.
I've got 3 states in my head right now.
Well, does the Naval Academy count in Maryland?
No, that is not one of them. But you're in the ballpark in that part of the country.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
My uncle worked there. My grandfather worked there.
Okay.
Washington, D.C.?
That's not a state, so I'll give you another guess.
It's a territory.
But you're in the ballpark,
You're
brother.
very close. Think NFL quarterbacks. That's too deep of a
I was
reference.
like, wow, man. I had to go through my head real
Maybe
quick.
boxers.
And I'm from New Jersey, and I don't even know this.
Allen Iverson, Michael Vick.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Jesus.
Virginia.
You said Virginia.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of that Tidewater area.
And then the first thing that popped in my head was Hawaii, Alaska, and California.
I thought everything other than the Newport News.
Because San Diego, that's a huge naval base. I figured Alaska has one.
I was stationed in Yorktown for 6 months in the Coast Guard.
Damn, man.
But San Diego also, right, that's a massive base, but is that kind of a naval base or is that a Marine Corps?
I don't know.
Right, you're asking us. Really? You expect us to give you an accurate answer?
Everything.
Yeah, we were only on there for like 3 weeks before we got kicked off, so I didn't learn a lot.
All right, here's your question. What is the name of the wood that Noah used to build his ark? And as a hint, it's also the name of a small mammal and the name of a Love Boat character.
Peter.
Elijah.
Gopher.
I'm too young for Love Boat.
Yeah, I figured you probably would be, only because I'm old. All right, here's your question. What is Homer Simpson's middle initial?
Homer J. Simpson?
All right, you finally got one. Just
There you
took
go.
the Simpsons to get you there.
You know what that J stands for? Joint.
Yes, that's what he's for.
Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Those stuffed pre-rolls.
Hello, Rad. Welcome to the men's room.
Boo, bitches!
Boo!
Randy on Team Sober, Team Not Sober.
I am sober today, Miles.
All right, welcome to the show, Big Dummy. Today. I like that.
Today.
All right, Rad, everyone knows you've been arrested. Will it be for prostitution, indecent exposure, voyeurism, or bestiality?
Prostitution. I can't help getting myself out there, but nobody's paying, and that's why they keep arresting me.
Right.
Would you be a free prostitute?
You know, I've considered it, but I value myself a little more than that.
I don't.
All right.
I'm on the house.
You want to do what? Okay.
All right, go. All right, here's your question. Who was the last person to go directly from vice president to president?
Oh. Directly from vice president to president, was that, Ford?
Now, see, that's what I guessed.
Joe
That is
Biden.
what Mike guessed.
Wait,
no.
who went from vice president?
He was the vice president, now he's president.
Directly.
LBJ?
Oh, does that mean without being...
You were vice president, and then at the next election, you were voted president. George H.W. Bush.
Oh, yeah, he was right.
Biden was vice president, and then there was another 4 years where he was not involved.
Oh.
Then, right, directly from vice president to president.
Gotcha. I forgot about those years.
All right.
Wait, does
We all
Johnson...
did.
I mean, I know Kennedy was assassinated. Does Johnson not count?
He counts, but he wasn't the most recent. So this is just the most recent,
Yeah.
right? So Gerald
Yeah,
Ford went
okay.
from vice president to president and all that, and I guess Ford as well, but yeah, George H.W. Bush. All right, your question, what was Muhammad Ali said to float like?
You float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Thanks a lot, fellas. Have a good one.
Yeah,
man.
man.
See you, man.
Take care, man. Game is Big Dummy, 206-421-ROCK.
Hello, Patrick. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola!
Hola!
Patrick, what team you on today?
I'm sober.
All right. Patrick, everyone knows you've been arrested. What will it be for? Prostitution, indecent exposure, voyeurism, or bestiality?
I'll go prostitution, I guess.
Okay.
I like how everyone's going prostitution, but not solicitation.
When's the last time you had sex, Patrick?
Last night?
Get out of here.
All right, all right.
Good for you, man. Did you get anything out of it? Like a dollar bill thrown your way or anything?
No, it was to my wife. So.
Oh, okay. See, that's when I think it's the best. Like when you're done, just like reach back and just like hand her $1.
No, so you reach into her purse and grab $1 out.
Yeah, thanks, baby. It was worth it.
I know I rocked your world. I'm gonna go eat your purse.
That would be awesome.
Now, sure, you'll sleep on the sofa for the next month, but it'll be worth it. All right. Here,
throw change. Just walk out.
They'll change at her, get her a bus token, and then say, why are you still here?
Throw a handful of change and walk out. What a move.
The man who plans his own divorce. All right, here's your question. The city of Muskogee is in what state? Ted, I'm just guessing you know.
I'm going to say California.
Not a bad guess.
Hold on here. Okie from Muskogee.
That's to say Oklahoma, right?
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm like, I know Ted is going to know this.
I only know it because of that song.
Merle Haggard? Is that right?
Come on, Ted.
Who did that?
I don't know. They don't smoke weed there. I remember that.
Yeah, it's Oklahoma. I mean, they do.
They do, but they'll arrest you if they catch you.
Right, one seed and you're in jail for 20
Tell you what, those Sooners have some attractive fans.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I feel like they hired them specifically to be in the stands. Like, there's no way that many hot chicks go to this school.
Country girls, man.
I know. All right, your question. What musical instrument is Antonio Stradivari most famous for making?
Oh.
Guitar?
Well, technically, it's a viola, but we'll give him violin.
Violin. What he's best known for making. So, Antonio Stradivari.
Is that right? That's like the most famous violin.
Stradivarius.
Typically $1 million instrument.
What was the airline? There was some chick. I can't remember. She's like from England flying to New York or from New York flying to England. Either way, she was like this $1.5 million Stradivarius. She's this world-renowned violinist. I don't remember the airline she was on, but when she opened her bag, that thing was smashed to pieces. I mean, and they were still, you got to fill out a complaint report. It's like, it's $1.5 million violin.
Yeah.
I let you know that it's $1.5 million violin. Like, every protocol I had to follow, and they're just kind of like, our bad.
Eddie Money had just a basic guitar. I mean, it was a guitar. But anyway, he flew up first class. He would always buy a ticket for his guitar.
Man, look,
so he would never lose it.
Yeah, don't. There was a guy, I was flying back from Mexico. I guess this dude played like in a cover band in Mexico during the winter or whatever it was, but he had his guitar with him. And he said, look, I don't even bring my good guitar, but if you're going to trust this to the airline, you're out of your mind. And it's like, it's not an expensive guitar, but it's my guitar, right? All right, multiple choice question. Muslim, Mormon, or Jehovah's Witness? During World War II, prisoners wearing a purple triangle in a concentration camp signified that they were what?
A purple triangle.
Purple triangle. Because everything was color coordinated when they ran these things. So Muslim, Mormon, or Jehovah's Witness?
Muslim?
I guess Mormon?
Jehovah's Witness.
Really?
Not a whole lot of Mormons rolling around Poland and Germany back in the day, but...
You know what that means. Don't tell them happy birthday.
Oh, man.
All right, your question. What is the more common name for a circumorbital hematoma? Circumorbital hematoma.
I wish my wife was here. She'd know.
I mean, that woman you had sex with and she didn't even pay you?
You know what? I don't think you know the answer.
You might have finished
No, I don't. I'm going to go Uranus.
Eyeball? A black eye?
Black eye.
Black eye.
Also known as a shiner.
Question number 5.
That's why I was like, you clearly don't know the answer. That's my wife. She'll know. Easy.
Yeah, I think that's the one you want to connect.
Yeah, exactly.
She's heard it 1,000,000 times. All right, your question. What shapes are used in a Venn diagram?
What shapes?
Yes, what shapes are used?
I'll give you a hint. It's big in meme culture.
Yes, it is.
I'll go square.
Circles. Trust me, you've seen 1,000,000 Venn diagrams in your life, whether you know it's a Venn diagram or not.
Honestly, without memes, I had no idea that was called a Venn diagram.
All right, your question. New York, Massachusetts, or Pennsylvania? Which state was the first to require license plates? And I'm sure everybody was real accepting of that.
I'm going to go Pennsylvania.
New York?
New York.
I read where New York was the first speeding ticket.
In the U.S., yeah, the guy was going 12 miles an hour, I believe it was.
So I just figured they'd started all the automobile laws.
Mm-hmm. All right, Ted, I know you'll know this. Denzel Washington, also known as my man, he played the villain Alonzo Harris in what movie? Some people confuse him for King Kong.
I didn't know you like to get wet.
Man, I didn't know he played villains before.
This was kind of a big deal.
I have no idea.
You want to go home?
You got to control, what is it, the smiles and laughs, like Training Day.
The movie was Training Day.
That's also the first time we see Terry Crews on film.
I like your charades. You just did the chest flex.
Yeah.
Patrick, you're on question number 8.
Ooh, question number 8. Congratulations. Multiple choice. Mattel, Hasbro, or Kenner? Which toy company introduced the Spirograph drawing toy back in 1966?
Can you repeat that?
I sure can. Mattel, Hasbro, or Kenner? Which toy company introduced the Spirograph drawing toy back in 1966?
Hasbro?
Let's say Kenner.
Kenner. My parents would never buy me one.
Oh, those are cool. I like them.
Yeah, I know they're cool. That's why I asked for like every goddamn
different color pencils.
And look, they would get me cool Christmas gifts. It's not that, but like I just wanted the Spirograph. I was even smart enough to understand.
They weren't even expensive.
January. I know. I just wanted the Spirograph.
Do your kids? Does Santa bring them what they ask for the most part? If it's something they really want.
Santa, as I understand it, checks his finances, makes a determination. You don't hold them. Well, Santa does not typically hold them accountable for the full year of behavior, but certainly September through, say, December. And on occasion, they get specifically, other times, like, ooh.
Santa takes close. American Express points. Your dad could have just taken some of those points and got you the damn thing.
Yeah, I know that.
It's not even expensive.
You wouldn't put that on American Express.
No one goes like, there's no way I'm not getting that for my son.
Right.
Like you had to mess up before that. Something happened.
Oh, I messed up a lot.
I know, but I messed up a lot. There's no way.
It would be the cheap
That's
gift.
an attainable thing.
Right. But apparently it's not. Not in my household.
I'll be damned.
I just wanted the goddamn Spyro. Never. Not once.
Question number 9.
Santa left a note at my house once.
Damn, what did he say?
Just said, sorry, the shop ran out of Cabbage Patch dolls.
Oh, no. Did it really?
That was a big craze, and somebody, a sibling of mine, my sister really wanted one, and Santa tried. He just couldn't get one built.
I like that Santa has that personal touch to leave a note. Hey, got bad news.
A lot of layoffs that year.
Yeah.
I know. Right?
I do know that this past Christmas, my daughter in particular wants to get the milk and cookies. I'm like, I think Santa might want a beer this year. It's like I'm just
he's getting older.
Well, it was a tough year. It was 2020,
right?
And she was down with that. She's like, yeah, I understand that, and grabbed a beer.
Tell her this.
And guess the good news?
It just turns out Santa found out he's lactose intolerant.
Yeah. Well, the good news, she was very pleased because obviously there was evidence Santa had visited because the empty beer can was where she left it.
Oh, dude, my buddy's wife is French, and I think they leave a cigarette and cognac.
I'm going to try that.
Really?
Santa needs a Marlboro Red.
Well, he's coming to your house first. He's going there first.
And a shot of Fireball.
And a shot, yeah, that's right.
Fireball's not cognac.
Whatever.
Santa's got ideas this year.
Hey, if you got it in your house,
got a Lucy and a shot of Hennessy.
I don't care what you got.
Get it, Santa.
And he had above some Ezels. So, skip Santa full spread. All right. Hey, that's Santa Claus. Unpredictable, man. What can you do? I'm just a father.
I hear the reindeer like to eat the weed.
So leave a couple of buds out. Dad, they were all here. It's all gone. Merry Christmas, baby.
He's not getting up. Why won't Dad get up? I want to open the presents. Can't do it until your dad gets up. He's not waking up.
All right. Your question. What meteorological event is traditionally tied to cows laying down, even though it's not true, Teddy.
Full moon?
Rain.
Rain. Patrick, hang on the line for us. We have to take a break.
You are 10 questions deep.
Wow.
You might be going for
I'm
big
glad,
money.
I'm glad other people, that's a theory that goes around.
It is a theory that goes around. It's just so dumb.
You believe that, though?
All right, real quick, the first girl I ever dated out here lived in Enumclaw. We're driving down to Enumclaw. I said, hey, it's going to rain today. She goes, why? I said, because the cows are laying down. She just shoots me this look and is like, are you serious? Like, you don't really... And I go, yeah, I learned it from my mom.
Okay.
Are you serious?
Did you call your mom afterward, like when you got home, like, Mom?
I know. I was like, Mom, I look like an idiot.
Jesus. More of Big Dummy coming up. If you'd like to be a contestant, 206-421-ROCK.